Welcome to WWP Clips. This is the official Clips channel for We Want Picks. We will be uploading our individual fight breakdown videos here, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And as always, go to wewantpicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. Next up, at UFC 276, we have Jessica Eye taking on Maycee Barber. Jessica Eye is 15-10 overall, 4-1 in her last 5, and she's coming off a handful of canceled fights and a year away from the cage. Maycee Barber's 10-2 overall, 3-2 in her last 5, and she's coming off a great win over Montana De La Rosa. And Jessica Eye is an OG in the women's division, and she's been a pro since 2010. She's very tough with solid striking. She's an old school take one to give one striker, but she doesn't really do well if you bully her. She likes to be the bully, but if you're in her face, you're pushing it, she can struggle a bit. She's an okay grappler when she needs to be, and she was able to take down Jennifer Maia twice in her last fight. Maycee Barber is a very good striker with great boxing and improved wrestling. She's not a grappler in style, but she has really well-timed takedowns when she needs them, and she was actually able to take down Montana De La Rosa in her last fight. She's very tough physically, but the knock on her has always been that she breaks mentally in fights, and really that came from when she lost to Roxanne Modafferi and then everything that happened after that and the excuses that followed. But don't let Jessica Eye's recent record fool you. Yes, she is 1-4 in her last 5, but those losses were to Jennifer Maia, Joanne Calderwood, Cynthia Calvillo, and Valentina Shevchenko, who are all currently or were previously ranked inside the top 10. Jessica has no problem slugging it out and has an absolute chin on her. Maycee will be the more technical striker and will probably be able to work in takedowns when she needs, but she needs to avoid a firefight because Jessica Eye's path to victory is to make this as ugly as possible, remove the distance, stay in Maycee's face. So I like Maycee in this matchup. Might even, I was considering a moneyline bet earlier in the week, but she ballooned up to 240. She was minus 190, minus 200 when I did quick picks on Sunday, and now she's minus 240, and it's only Tuesday, so I imagine that's going to continue to move. What do you think, Jakey Boo?
She's actually at minus 260 now, so it's moving fast, and I think that's a lot of bit disrespectful to Jessica Eye, because I know she's on a 3-fight losing streak, but she's tough as shit. And I think that Maycee Barber is probably the most overrated 10-2 fighter maybe in the UFC. I know that she's a little kind of a Tasmanian devil at times, and her nickname's The Future, but she lost to Miranda Maverick. That should have been another loss. And yes, that last fight versus De La Rosa wasn't the... it was a good win, right? Because she kind of out-wrestled the wrestler, which you'd like to see that. I'm not going to take anything away from the win, but it was still one of those situations where it was just like you just don't see her taking that next step that you would like her to see. When she does get on top of girls, she's very, very tough. She's tenacious, but there's just something missing in her game. And against somebody like Jessica Eye, it's probably a tailor-made matchup for Maycee Barber because Jessica Eye is not like super, super dangerous. She's very good everywhere, but it's not like she's got knockout power or super dangerous on the ground. So Maycee Barber should be able to be good enough to beat Jessica Eye, but if you start messing around in this fight and Jessica Eye is able to put the pressure on you, and all of a sudden you're in the second round and you lost, let's say you lose the first round, then you start doubting yourself, as you mentioned with the mental issues that Maycee Barber's had in the past. This could turn into a very interesting, almost a live bet situation in my mind, because I think these odds are a little bit crazy. This should be minus 150. It seems fair to me for Maycee Barber. She is going to be my pick because she should be able to win this fight, but this could turn very interesting very quickly. I don't see a finish either way, so it could be a dogfight to the very end and maybe a weird decision win for Jessica Eye. But, with that said, my pick is Maycee Barber. She should absolutely win this fight, but another one of those I don't really trust her type situations, honestly.
Yeah, I definitely trust her more than you do. I'm very confident that she wins this fight. I might honestly do a Maycee Barber. It goes against everybody in the comments.
Jessica Rose Clark parlay.
Yeah, women fights. You so stupid. WM. I legit might put them together and do a quick little early card women's parlay because I'm very confident in both of them. Jessica is a legend. She's really tough, but
And she's saying Jessica's saying all the right things too. In the interview yesterday, she said, I want to fight for the belt again. She's not here to be a journey person, to be a gatekeeper. She's like, I want to win a few fights, and I want to fight for a belt. So
yeah, I mean, I first of all, I've always rooted for Jessica Ai, and I think I've picked her too many times, right? And I just think Maycee's just gonna. Jessica Ai is a striker at her core, and Maycee's the better striker. It's just literally that simple. There's no reason to overcomplicate it. But I will say, if I do that two-lady parlay, I'll let you know. You'll see in the betting video. I'll decide. What I'm not going to do is have Maycee Barber in my DraftKings because I'm positive Maycee's going to win. But Jessica Ai, her only stoppage loss is to Shevchenko. People don't stop her. She's insanely tough. Maycee Barber's gonna, she'll score well, probably 70, maybe 80. But if I'm spending $9,100 in DraftKings, I need 100 plus. And there's my pause. And then typically in like a normal conversation with human beings, I pause. I emphasize that was the end of my statement.
This will be good for dating later in life.
Yeah.
Once I get money and the girls, this will be good for dating. So you're saying you pause, okay, pause, and then I
finish your statement like emphatically, and then pause.
Okay.
And then the other person can speak.
Do I ask a question?
You can. In this case, it was very obvious with social cues that you should say something.
Just like I just give my opinion then.
Yes.
Yeah, so I like candles.
All right, go.
No, they're not going to be in my DraftKings lineup.
All right. But Monkey Knife Fight, this may be another more. I think they're just going to strike. This is very similar to the first lady fight. I think they're just going to strike. I think it's just a lot of sticking and moving. Maybe Maycee will hold Jessica against the cage a little bit, but Jessica's tough. She can reverse those positions, do the same. So I think they'll go at it. I think Maycee's going to win a 30-27. Maybe Maycee Barber by decision is the bet. Actually, that probably is the bet, frankly, and you probably get decent odds on that.
It is minus 115, so they're a little ahead of me on that.
It's basically even money. So anyway, I think it's more in Monkey Knife Fight. I think they throw a bunch of strikes, and that's pretty much the entire fight. You agree? You want to check that out? Monkey Knife Fight is daily fantasy. All you need to do is say more or less on these strike lines. And if you're correct, you can triple your money. Check it out. WeWantPicks.com/MKF. They will instantly match your deposit. And speaking of free money with deposits, if you go to WeWantPicks.com/bets, we have 5 betting partners. If you make a deposit, well, first sign up and then make a deposit with any one of those 5 betting partners, we send you $50 as a thank you. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, however you want it. WeWantPicks.com/bets.